So it is July 1st. That means we are halfway through 2018, which is crazy to think about. This year is just flying by, but that also means we've made it through June, and that means it's time for another Blu-ray haul. What did I pick up this month? Well, apparently quite a bit. I didn't even realize how much stuff I had picked up this month. Basically what happened is I went to a used bookstore that has a huge Blu-ray section, and they had like clearance Blu-rays, and so I picked up several really cheap ones there, and then I found some nice sales at Best Buy, and then there were some video or ranking videos I've been working on, so I picked up some collections of movies for that, and then at the end of the day I was like, wow, I've actually picked up quite a bit more stuff than I thought that I was going to be picking up in the month of June. But with that said, let's get started looking at our first two pickups, and it's going to be the first two Purge movies. Coming out in 1 week is the first Purge, and so I might be prepping to do a little ranking video related to the Purge movies, so I decided to pick up the ones that they had. They didn't have election year, otherwise I probably would have picked it up if they were as cheap as these ones. These ones were under $10, so I was like, I can go for that. Best Buy's amazing. They have great prices on things. So check those two out. Interesting little franchise, because the concept of the idea that anything's legal, just seems like a lot of tons of fun stuff you could do with that. And then some of the movies in the series thus far have kind of wasted the potential of that idea, but there's at least one great one in there. But I'll let you know which one that is, and with that ranking video that I guess is coming out in about a week from now, and you probably can guess which one it will be. So I also watched both of those movies this week because my wife and kids were out of town for a couple different reasons. My wife was at a work conference, and then her aunt decided to watch our kids this week, which left me home alone, which was amazing, which meant I could catch up on a bunch of really violent movies, and I could start prepping for what is possibly the most requested ranking video that I've had in the history of my channel that I haven't been able to do yet, but I've started prepping for it. Quentin Tarantino movies. So I have now made it through 4 Quentin Tarantino movies, so I'm about halfway-ish to being able to watch all of his movies so I can rank them. So that's probably in July, this one that people have been requesting for a very, very long time. It's coming very soon. So what do we got? We got Pulp Fiction here. This is the frustrating thing. So I bought this. I also rented it off Vudu 2 days ago, right before I bought it, which is so frustrating. I was just like, I have to make progress while my wife and kids are out of town, and I was trying to watch them in order right at first, and so then I didn't find Pulp Fiction on any of the streaming services, so I just watched it to push through, rented it, and then I went to Best Buy the next day, and I was able to buy it for $2 more than I rented it, and it has a digital code. So Best Buy, you have amazing prices. Vudu, sometimes you drive me crazy. The ones I watched last night, and then the first half of today, the 2 Kill Bill movies. These are the ones I went to go buy from Best Buy when I went, Pulp Fiction is also dirt cheap. This is frustrating. So all 3 of these ones were like $6 each or something like that. Crazy good deal, because you're talking Quentin Tarantino movies, and they've got them digital codes in the mix. So I actually hadn't watched the Kill Bill movies since they were in the theater. I watched both of them opening night, and then I haven't watched them since. So that was interesting to watch. Like why did I rewatch these? This is a weird life choice. And then the final one in my little collection of Quentin Tarantino movies that I picked up, The Hateful Eight. I haven't watched this one yet. At the point in time that it came out, I was busy with life, and so I missed it. I missed it on its initial theatrical run, which is he like shot it to be seen on a big screen and 70 millimeter type stuff. Nominated for Best Cinematography. And I'm just going to watch it at my house. So I messed that up. But I'm making it up to you, Quentin. I bought your movie, and it's got also, this is like a nice case. Like, I like this. If you're going to do one of these sleeves, this is a nice looking sleeve. And then with that, we got our digital HD DVD and the Blu-ray in the mix. All right, up next, I've got Sicario, another movie I hadn't seen until about a week ago. And I was going to going to the press screening of Sicario 2 on Monday. Did I go to that? Monday or something like that? And so then I was like, I need to watch the first one. So I rented this one, I bought it, obviously. And once again, another one under $10. Watched it with my pregnant wife. Bad life choice. Not a movie she was interested in watching while very pregnant and about to leave town. But yeah, very cool movie, and understand why people like it. All right, next selections. This is in preparation for a ranking that's coming, not in July, but coming in October. One that I actually started to work on for last October, but it didn't quite finish in time. But then life happened, and I was able to find 3/4 of the Friday the 13th movies, all on the same day and just kind of by accident. So the remake, I found that one at the used bookstore, which is funny because it's at the bookstore used from being used at Blockbuster, so like quadruple used. So I found this one dirt cheap, just $3, and the disc was fine and everything like that, and extended cut and has special features, so pretty excited about that one. And then went to Best Buy, and they had a sale on the first 8 movies of the Friday the 13th franchise, and so I went from owning 0 Friday the 13th movies to owning 9 Friday the 13th movies in the span of about 2 hours, just because I happened to find them on sale that particular day. So I couldn't turn it down. And like I said, I put on the Friday the 13th movies from time to time, and I'm planning on ranking them, so that one is coming. People ask me, horror fans always ask me, are you going to do Halloween? Are you going to do Nightmare on Elm Street? Friday the 13th is definitely coming. Halloween will be re-ranked with the new one coming out, and I think Nightmare on Elm Street's also going to come, and there's some collaboration stuff going on with Cody and some other people, Cody Leach and some other people potentially related to that one. Next up, I got my other 3 I got at the bargain or used bookstore. Bridesmaids. I totally dug Bridesmaids. I think this one's real funny, fun movie, and for $3, totally on board for that one. So yeah, pick that one up. Next up, The Karate Kid, which is really annoying that I found this one a month after I rented it off Vudu once again to do my ranking video that I did at the beginning of May. So I rented it for $4, and then a month later I was able to buy it for $3 on Blu-ray. The universe, sometimes it's frustrating. And then Taken 1. I have owned this one on DVD, and then I own 2 and 3 on Blu-ray. But the one that's actually good, the one that I watch all the time and freak my wife out with my obsession with revenge movies, finally picked this one up on Blu-ray, $3. Crazy. Then I went to Best Buy, and they have a new version of it with a neat little sleeve and everything that they were selling for $3 as well. So, for $5, $6, something like that, which is like, all right, I guess I would have preferred to have this new one that's like $5, $6, but the way the universe plays out, I find it dirt cheap 2 different times in the same day. So anyway, the universe, sometimes it just drives you crazy. Next up, I found It for like $10 as well. Another one was just amazing finds at Best Buy where they had it on sale, and so picked it up. And my wife, who normally does not do horror movies at all, normally doesn't do scary clowns, has told me she will watch this one as soon as she's not pregnant. She was totally down for it, and then I was like, you're not going to do well with the opening scene. You're not going to dig it. Let's wait until you're not pregnant anymore. But so then that was good. We were going to rent it back then, but now I own it. So whenever she's ready, we're going to have a nice scary party. Next up, completing my collection of the DCEU movies. This is the only one I didn't have thus far. Another one was $10 at Best Buy. Another amazing deal on this one. So it's a cool little steel box case, extended cut. I haven't seen the extended cut yet. I'm sure it's not better, but there's more of it. And nice packaging, at least, for a movie that's not so good. Next up, we have got Dunkirk. Also, under $10 at Best Buy. I bought several of these in a row. I was like, why are these on sale for like so cheap? So I picked up Dunkirk as well. I love Nolan. This was one of my favorite movies of last year. What I thought was one of the best movies of last year. Now, this one was divisive, and I kind of get it. I kind of get why some people thought it was short on character. Or it is short on character. That's a fair assessment. But yeah, from my take, I didn't feel that's what the movie was trying to be. It wasn't trying to be a character study. It was intended to be a visceral, experiential film, and I thought it did that well. And one final movie, The A-Team. I'm not actually sure if I bought this one in May or in late May or in early June. When I talked about Taken and kind of the cool kind of slipcover thing, it was like this. It was kind of this sort of design on it. And so that's where I was actually talking about Taken, and I remembered that I bought this, and I didn't have it up here because I'm not really sure when I bought it. So just in case I didn't buy it in May, here it is. I have remembered to talk about it at least. So I rewatched this one. I'd only watched it one time before, and Cody Leach told me I needed to rewatch it. So I have now rewatched it. So that's all the movies I got. I don't know why my voice like that, but it did. So that's embarrassing. And one final pickup, not a movie, but a game. Picked this one up a week ago, UFC 2. I since my wife and kids were gonna be out of town, I wanted something video game type thing that I could play in the background that was just nonsense, that didn't demand anything of me. I almost got Batman Arkham Knight, which is a game I need to get and I need to play through, but I plan on getting that one and playing through it and doing a video on it. And what I didn't want to do this week was give myself homework, because I was already going to do a bunch of videos this week and already had big plans for this week. So I didn't want my buying a game to be like homework demanding of me, a big story, this thing I'm going to get big invested into. So I tried to get the dumbest thing that I knew I would have fun with. So I picked up the UFC 2. And I dig the UFC games. I'm not a huge UFC person. I enjoy UFC stuff, but I can't follow it. I need like a point to like do a bunch of homework to catch up on everything, to like actually join in the fun of all of it. But I enjoy the games, enjoy when I watch fights and everything like that. I do enjoy them. So picked this one up and barely got to play it this week because I've just been busy watching Quentin Tarantino movies and Purge movies this week. And one more thing I thought I might as well throw into the mix. I put these in the background in a couple of my videos, but I picked these up at Walgreens of all places. This one was my Father's Day present to myself. They've had the yellow suited, I don't know why I said that like that, Daredevil for like 3 years. And I was driving to Walgreens and I literally said to myself in my head, if they just happen to have red suit Daredevil, I'm gonna buy it. Whatever the cost, I'm gonna buy it if they have red suit. They've never had them, but if they do, I'm gonna have them. I show up, and for the first time ever, and I haven't seen it since I bought it there either, they had red suited Daredevil. Like, I had it in my mind and I made it happen. And so then picked that one up, and then I was gonna do my ranking of the Marvel Netflix shows a few days back, and I was like, if they have Punisher or Jessica Jones or Luke Cage, I'm going to buy it. And they had Jessica Jones, so picked that one up too, so they can balance each other out nice on my shelves when I shot that video. So anyway, there you have it. Those are my pickups for the month of June. It's crazy. We're halfway through the year. This has been an insanely good year for me. If you're just wondering, how has 2018 been for SeanChandler? It's been very good for SeanChandler. Started things out a week into the year. I got the flu. That was more of a downer. But the third day I was sick, my wife kind of wakes me up and out of my like fever sleep. What is it? She goes, hey, I'm pregnant. Just thought you should know. Gotta go, and left. So I'd like, am I delusional? Did she just tell me? But found out my wife was pregnant like a week, 2 weeks into the year. My channel just really took off in February. If you've been watching, you're probably aware of this, but I just kind of exploded and it stayed on fire. That's a weird metaphor in this context. Stayed on fire basically since February. So 4 or 5 months straight of like, wow, I can't believe that this is happening. And that's all because of you amazing people watching my channel, commenting, subscribing. I really do appreciate it. It does mean the world to me. I deliver paint for a living. I'm a pretty normal guy with a wife and 2 kids, and that just like to talk movies with people, and that's why I do this. This is why I started the channel, and just love it that you guys would actually care what I have to say about things. So anyway, I decided to get sentimental at the end of this one, but we are halfway through the year, so this is kind of an appropriate time to be a little bit like, 2018 has been good to me, and so have all of you. And if you happen to be new to my channel, interesting starting point. You get a little bit of sentimentality in the history of everything going on there. And if you're new to my channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I do movie reviews, TV reviews, ranking videos, haul videos where I talk about the Blu-rays, the video games, and the toys I get. I don't really talk about toys and video games that often, but Blu-ray hauls, those come on the first of every single month. But the key thing is I don't want to just talk about movies, TV, toys, video games, and Blu-rays. I want to talk about them with you. So join me down in the comment section. Tell me what you picked up this month. What were your best buys that you just happened to find? And as always, thank you for watching.